Alright, so I didn't get a chance to do this yesterday because whatchamacallit, it was like almost 12. It was almost 12 at midnight. Oh my god. You know what? We are just about an hour or 2 hours away by the time I'm recording this. I'm gonna post it immediately after, but who cares? Uh the newest LRs for part one of the global Dokkan celebration have already been revealed, and I wanted to do a breakdown on them, of course. Let's talk about it. This is the newest Dokkan Fest, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. This is the unit that obviously you can't fuse into Vegito, unfortunately, but animations are good. They're not as good personally as they're not as good as these guys. That it's personally it's just a straight fact, but everyone has their opinions. Let's talk about them though. Yeah, you're starting off with Goku. The leader skill is Future Saga fuse fighters 3 key 200% and 170% to attack and defense, and then you give 50% extra stats to bond a parent and child or final trump card. And let's actually pull up the leader skill. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. I like this. A little bit troublesome for this unit, but you can probably work around it. But I think just as a standalone lead, and I'll talk about it, they'll look better. Of course, they'll have these guys. Oh my god, let me see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna look. This looks good. It looks good on them already. Tanks is on your Analaza. Wait, I think if I remember correctly, Analaza didn't have a 200% lead. Oh no, it did. I remember now. It's because what you call it. I didn't have Topo. I don't think we had an actual 200% lead for tournament participants or Universe Survival Saga until we got like this guy, and then these two came out too. Yeah, that's right. But I didn't have any of these guys at the time. Well, yeah, I couldn't make them work under him and such, but that was it. If I remember correctly, that was the point. Uh, uh, anyways, where am I? Did I just? Oh, okay, he's right here. But the leader skill is pretty good. You got a lot of options you can work with. A lot of Gogetas, a lot of Vegitos, a lot of future Saga units too. So yeah, I think this category works pretty. This leader skill in general works pretty well. I wish it was like the original Blue Boys, well, the second iteration where they had the what you call it, super class 3 key 150% or something like that to their leader skill. That would have been broken as hell as a leader skill, but this is fine, honestly. Uh, his 12 key greatly raises attack and raises defense for one turn, does colossal damage and lowers attack. Not the craziest, but still pretty good. Ultra Super greatly raises attack, so he just sacks. Does mega colossal damage and then raises allies' defense by 60% for one turn, excluding himself. Okay, fair enough. Honestly, it's better than nothing. But what you call it? And oh yeah, look at the artwork by the way. Going in from Goku and switching all the way to Vegito though, it's pretty freaking clean. Let's see. Wait. Let's wait for the artwork. Wait for that, and then yo, the cut into video looks sick. By the way, okay, let's take a look at his passive. This is before the exchange, by the way. He gets 200% attack and defense with 2 key per key per obtained. That's particularly fine. He'll get his 18 key a lot faster. A lot more consistently is what I should be saying. For every superclass or future saga category ally on the team, depending on which one has more members, he gets 50% attack and defense up to max of 150, and then gets 20% dodge and damage reduction by up to max of 60. So essentially, you still need a max of, no wait, you just need a max of 3 of either or. That includes himself, which is fine, honestly. When all allies in the same rotation are superclass, or when there's another future saga category ally in the same rotation, okay, launches an additional super, has a chance to dodge plus 20%, and it gets an additional 10% chance to dodge. In other words, 80% dodge and 70% damage reduction. That's pretty good. I think initially when I looked at this during the live stream, I was like, oh, okay, he's decent, I guess. I think he looks pretty good. I really want to test him out anyways. Uh, okay, so on 18 key, on Ultra Super or Active Skill, he gets 200% attack and then is effective against all types. Okay, that's pretty easy to get. When receiving an attack, he gets 180% defense. And then starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, he does a reversible exchange. Okay, that is pretty easy to get. The reversible exchange is here. His active skill, yeah, there's 2 active skills on this unit. This is the one that goes into Goku is the one that goes into Vegito, obviously. This can only be done starting from the 4th turn for the start of battle, before or after the reversible exchange. So you can do it the moment the reversible exchange animation happens. You can use his active skill, which states raises attack by 300% temporarily, does ultimate damage, gives him a permanent 20% attack and defense, and nullifies all attacks that are guaranteed to hit. So, what you call it? If you're using this unit and you're going against, like, I don't know, I think red zone hit, for instance, he nullifies that. You can dodge with this unit, essentially. You can dodge with this unit is what this active skill is saying. Yeah, making it possible to dodge these attacks. Yeah, this is permanent. Which means that any enemy that cancels dodging or nullifies the ability to hit, even if you have dodge, this cancels that out, which is really good. Because some events nowadays do nullify that ability. So if you're screwed, you won't be screwed with this unit. You just won't. And I like it. And I think the animation for Vegito is really good. I just don't think it'll top maybe these guys. The fluid animations on I'm gonna keep ranting on about this. The fluid animations on Goku Black and Zamasu are just really good. Much better than I anticipated. But when you do use the reversible exchange, and I need to go over here. Leader skill stays the same. Super attack. Greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, does colossal damage, and lowers defense. 18 key. Massively raises attack, so he stacks. Raises defense for one turn, does mega colossal damage. Nothing too impressive. He's just gonna deal a lot more damage. His passive can perform a reversible exchange. Gets 7 key and 200% attack and defense. Has a high chance to crit, high chance to dodge. Gets 40% damage reduction. Gets 3 key, 80% attack and defense for this character. And all allies whose name includes Trunks. So he's also a support unit, by the way. Not just for himself, but for all Trunks is in the rotation. Let's see. In slot 3, he gets 150% attack and performs a guaranteed crit. When attacking with 18 or more key, or when he does an Ultra Super, he gets 250% attack and defense with an additional super. On active skill, or when attacking with 20 or more key, he gets 150% defense with another additional super. So basically, you get 24 key, you get 2 additional supers, 400% defense, 400% attack in slot 3. You get the support, has damage reduction, has dodge, has already built-in crit. Literally all I can think of right here is just giving this unit, along with him, like, additionals. And I think that's it. I can't think of anything, like, full additionals. I can't think of anything else. Because they already have built-in dodge and crit. Unless you want to give them additionals and dodge, I can prioritize either, honestly. Or you can prioritize both. And then this unit will be good. This unit's pretty good. I haven't read the active skill yet for this unit, though. This can only be activated upon the attacking turn, before or after the reversible exchange. Same thing with Goku. What does it do, though? Massive raises attack temporarily. Does ultimate damage. Guards. Okay, so he has guard in there. Gives all future saga 15% attack and defense. plus an additional 10% for those who belong on the bond of parent and child category for 4 turns. So the support is temporary, but the guard is permanent? If I'm reading that correctly. If that's the case, that means this unit is also very good. If you want damage, I think Vegeta will be your go-to. And you can also build up as well. Same thing with this Goku as well. Same thing with this Goku. I think, well, you're only able to activate one, but if you want more damage, I guess, you can always go into this Vegeta. If not, you could still stick with this Goku. You'll still do a lot more damage because he gets 300% attack during that turn, but still, it's really good. Plus, he nullifies dodge canceling. I like that. That's a pretty strong ability right there. Are they worth 74? Well, they're the newest Dokkan Fest LR. You might as well pull them, right? I haven't looked at the banners yet either, but I think I've seen a glimpse of the images out there already. But let's move on. Let's move on to this unit now. Super bosses. Oh, so they're new super bosses. Okay. ZAMASU and Goku. Actually, no. You start off with this. Goku Black and ZAMASU. Okay. They are super bosses lead, 4 key, 220%. I think that's a fine leader skill, really. I think that's fine. Because looking at the category right now, with 10 new Goku Blacks. With 10 new Goku Blacks. Oh, fucking hilarious, man. With the new Super Easy in there as well, I think the category is now more likely to be more lines of we're just gonna run all Goku Blacks on one team. And that's exactly what this celebration is gonna be. Well, part 1, essentially. That's what part 1 of the celebration is gonna be. Let's run all Goku Blacks on one team. Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's talk about it. So, when you go into Goku Black, his 12 key super greatly raises attack and then raises defense by 30% for one turn. Lowers attack. It's kind of similar, I think, to Vegeta, right? God damn, I'm forgetting again. Either Goku or Vegeta. Okay, it's Goku. Oh, funny enough, they're both STR. I'm gonna put this out there right now. They're STR. I don't know why they chose STR. I don't know why. For both. Well, maybe it's just because, you know, typings that need to be updated, I guess. Well, not typings, but like just versatility, I guess. Okay, I'll accept that. 18 key. Greatly raises attack, so he stacks. Does mega colossal damage, and then raises allies' attack by 60% for one turn, excluding himself. So basically, exactly the same as this Goku, but this raises attack instead of defense. That's the only difference. Okay. They pretty much made this exactly the same as... They're basically polar opposites. Okay. His passive gets 200% attack and defense, 2 keeper keys per obtained, and then gets 80% attack and defense, and it's effective against all types. For allies whose name includes Goku Black. Interesting. I like this so far. For every extreme class ally or future saga category ally on the team, depending on which one has more members, gets 50% attack and defense up to max 150, so 3 essentially. And then gets 20% crit and damage reduction up to max of 60%. So you just basically need itself, this unit, and 2 more. 2 more of either or. So, but that's particularly fine, honestly. I like it. Because he has other stuff in here too, right? Yeah. When all allies are extreme class or there's another future saga category ally in the rotation, he has guard. Yeah, so on top of the damage reduction that he gets, he has guard, so he's gonna be very tanky. Let's see. On active skill or what's called ultra super, he gets 200% attack and then launches a guaranteed additional that has a great chance of becoming a super. So there's a slight difference right there. Because with this Goku, you're able to do what you call it. I thought he had additional supers in here, did he not? Yeah, he had additional supers here. And that's it. He had an additional super. Well, this one has a great. Well, this one has a chance to super. I can see the compensation on that because he already has a strong defense mechanic with guard and damage reduction. So I can see why this works. I can see why it works. And then when receiving an attack, he gets 180% defense. So it's not really a big deal. Because a lot of units now, a lot of good units nowadays have a large amount of defense when they get hit, which is huge. Starting for 4th turn, you can exchange with ZAMASU. He does have an active skill. And I'll talk about it too. Along with ZAMASU as well. So the both of them just also have 2 active skills in here. I'll talk about it. Let's see. Can only be started from the... Okay, so this can be immediately used on the exchange animation, which is fine. What this does is it massively raises attack, does ultimate damage, all attacks become crits. And then Super Boss category allies get 15% attack and defense, 10% additional defense for future Saga units, for future Saga Super Boss units for 4 turns. So what I'm understanding here is that the support is 4 turns, and this is permanent. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it's read. But other than that, you're working with a pretty solid team right here. And since this is a different name, Goku Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, you can link this with the new Super EZA Rose Goku Black. And you can bring in this guy too, because when you use his active skill and bring out his domain, his name also becomes different as well. So this actually works pretty phenomenal, actually. But when you use the exchange, you can go into ZAMASU, whose 12 key greatly raises attack and defense for a turn, does colossal damage, and lowers defense, so basically the same thing. His 18 key massively raises attack and defense, does mega colossal damage, and then recovers 20% HP, which is really clutch in most cases. His passive is pretty small, but it actually does a lot. Gets 7 key, 200% attack and defense, just like Vegeta. Has a high chance to crit, has guard. When attacking, he gets 200% attack and defense. Gives Future Saga category extreme class allies 10% damage reduction. When using the active skill or attacking with 20 or more key, he gets 200% attack and defense. Launches a guaranteed super, an additional guaranteed super, and then gets 300% attack and defense. He also performs a crit and recovers 6% damage dealt as HP when HP is less than 60%. So I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, this is separate, and this is a separate condition. So no condition for this buff, but I think this is separate, which is fine. Yeah, I can work with it. I don't think there's anything wrong. He's gonna have really high stats. I think that should make up with the guard and decent 10% damage reduction. I haven't looked at them fully, but I know he can do a buttload of damage. That's all I'm gonna say. His active skill, same thing, pretty much similar to Vegeta's condition. Can only be done by can only be activated upon attacking turn, before or after the reversible exchange. He massively raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage, gives him 4 key and 40% attack in battle. This is a lot of attack, actually. And it's permanent. This unit is gonna hit like a fucking freight train. Dude. Good luck. I want to try polling for it. I want to try polling for this unit, but you know, not gonna have the greatest luck. But we'll see. We'll see. Actually, let me see what the SSR looks like. Okay, so that's the SSR, and that's the SSR. These are the SSRs you want to pull so that you can actually Dokkan awaken them. And they're coming out at 6 p.m. Damn. Damn, guys, damn. But that's okay, though. I think for the most part, both of these units are pretty phenomenal. I think they are. I think it just depends on how you build the team. But I can say this right now, right? Goku Black and Zamasu, they're gonna work on their own team. Just put a bunch of Goku Blacks and Zamasus on the team, and you basically have an actual Super Bosses team. Unless you want to bring in, like, what other units can you bring in here? Oh, I already have it up. What am I doing? Close this one. You could bring in... Well, you can't bring in them because they usually want extreme class, unless... No, you just want extreme class, actually. I don't think you should bring in Kale and Khalifa. You could bring in... maybe Fusion Zamasu, but I don't recommend it because his domain is... His domain's good, in my opinion. It's just that he's not good enough for some of the hard events out there right now. Could be doable for short content, but not long form content, is what I'm saying. Go. Okay. The time buff, the limited time buffs are active right now, so using this guy is definitely usable, actually. Bringing him, I personally think bringing him is fine. His super easy is pretty good. Any of these Goku Blacks, any of these clones is fine, really. It just depends on, like, how you use them. There's gonna be a showcase with all 5 of them in there, so don't be surprised if I have them already. Hit's a really good choice. I personally think Hit is a really strong choice in my opinion. This Goku Black, I feel like got a bit of redemption now. Now that we have a proper Super Bosses category team, I feel like having him not as a lead but as like a subunit in the team, that is, I think it's a clean option now. Before I had him below because there wasn't much you can do with him because of how poor Super Bosses was being treated. Now we're getting a pretty massive buff, so I'm saying this is worth it. And you have some other options in here too, but mostly you want extreme class units in the team, which is fine. Or extreme class Future Saga category allies on this team, on their team specifically. But this is fine, so I think both of these are fucking phenomenal. They're fucking solid. Am I gonna pull for this one first? Probably not. During the 9th anniversary, I tried pulling for goddamn Gogeta and the Carnival banner first. That didn't go so well. I spent like 1,000 stones on that damn banner. I was like, I give up, man. I give up. It's not worth it. So I waited till part 2 and I got Beast Gohan, and that was it. Now what I'm thinking of doing is just going with the Dokkan Fest units first, because I think they're more important. Then I'll go into the Carnival banner and see if I think I want to pull for them. But I think they're giving out tickets as well. I need to look out for those. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the newest Part 1 units. I think they're amazing. Oh, also, what you call it? Champa's in here too. Sorry, I forgot to mention, Champa is going to be the newest banner unit for Part 1. I think he's pretty solid. This is just fucking horrendous. At least it's not super rare chance like Devil Man. But this is gonna be fucking hilarious if I actually get this. But yeah, I think it's a pretty solid unit. Plus, the reason why there's a 6 here is because it's Universe 6. You gotta represent the 6s all around. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But he's good. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the newest LR breakdowns or the new Part 1 celebration unit breakdowns. This is a pretty strong start. I will definitely pull for them. Hopefully I can pull Goku Black, but I'm gonna go for Goku first. And yeah, I'm ready. Got an hour and a half. Hopefully you get something good. But as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next one.